is going on, y'all? We are back again, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to Still Talk Podcast. I got my boy. You know what we doing. We still jumping, man. Hey, man, go ahead and tell the people that don't know who you are, and where they can find you at.
What's going on, everybody? Been here before, but we back again. My name is Big Jack with the facts. Talk to me, baby. But you can find me at Jump In with Jack. That's Jump, the letter N with Jack. Check me out on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Like, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. But we still jumping, baby. So let's jump into it.
We still jumping, baby. So you got the news. The world got the news Monday. Steelers over here dropping major bombs. You know, we're making some things happen around here. The new era of the Steelers. I call us the Crash Money Records. Crash Money Records of the NFL, man. We take crash outs, we get rid of crash outs. You know, we draft crash outs, we sign undrafted crash outs. Crash Money Records, man, the new era of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So you know about it. The world know about it. Minkah Fitzpatrick is out of here. He's out of here. We brought in Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith. Swap picks in 2027. We gave them a fifth. We got a seventh. What's your thoughts on it, man? What was your reaction when you seen it? Yeah, I know you was talking crap. I know you was.
When I got the news, I was honestly asleep because I just got off work. But seriously, waking up to see that, the guy that's been causing me problems in the secondary for the last 3 to 5 years is gone is a great feeling. But on the backside of that, they bring in probably one of the best corners in the league. Not even saying in the sense of just, through his time period, but he's still one of those guys where you lace him up every day and like, hey, if you got to face this guy 2 times a year, it's not going to be a fun day. But at the same time, speaking of just reaction-wise, I was shocked just because I know how much Minkah means to not only, that secondary, but the team. Being the second best defensive player on the team, if not second best player on the team, if you really want to be honest, outside of, that number 90. But just being real, it was a shock to me. I want to know what was your feelings, because I know you talked about on your pod, big still talk, but I just want to know, like, what was your initial feeling when you saw that ESPN?
Man, first off, like it's bittersweet. It's a bittersweet thing. Was I on the fence of trading a Minkah Fitzpatrick? No. I look at him as a cornerstone on that defense, man. A lot of things Minkah cleans up back there. Minkah handles for us, communicates. Like, it's a major loss. I look at it's a major loss to our defense as a whole. I think so. Now, like you said, you did bring in a Jalen Ramsey. So, like, 60-40 was really my initial reaction. Like, oh my God. And then how it happened, bro. Like you said, you were asleep. So I was up, cleaning up, probably bleached down everything. You know how I get down. Steelers trade for Jalen Ramsey. Let's go. Steelers trade for Jonnu Smith. Okay. Part 3 comes. Steelers trade Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Dolphins. But what? What? Man, it was crazy Monday. It was crazy Monday, bro.
Hey, they say we don't like Mondays, but boy, you was having a good Monday. It was a good and a bad Monday at the same time. It was
a roller coaster ride. We going up. We going up.
Yeah. But speaking of just a roller coaster ride, I mean, just being for real, you go into the season and this move works out. This puts you on a whole different category as a defense. I mean, honestly speaking it, because I know you talked about on your pod a little bit, but if one of those guys moves to safety or just can give that just versatility, that puts you on a whole new game plan and a whole new, outlook as your defense goes into this year.
And that's what Jalen Ramsey brings.
Because he moved around a lot, even in LA and in Miami. They put him at corner. They had him playing slot. They had him moving to safety every once in a while. Like, they moved the guy around the field. He was almost like what not Tariq Woolen, but Devin Witherspoon, what he was doing in Seattle, where he was one moment he was a slot corner, next moment he was an outside corner, next moment they moved him to safety, next moment they had him back in the box. So I think this could be a great move for y'all. Again, it's just does the Minkah effect, with the Minkah effect now being gone, who takes that mantle? Because he helped y'all on a lot of plays where it was like, oh no, that's a touchdown. Then you just see 39 out of nowhere.
The safeties we got back there, Thornhill and Elliott, who we just gave an extension to, It's on you guys. It's on you guys.
Gotta step it
Yeah.
up.
Elliott is a dog. I like him. Elliott was around here
Um,
calling out Minkah Fitzpatrick last year about the splash plays and stuff like that. Elliott was during the off season. We don't want AARP Aaron. So can he take over that mantle and like really check people, get them in places to be? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But let me get your thoughts on this, man, because Jerry Dulac came out. He said the Steelers wasn't actively trying to trade Minkah Fitzpatrick. They were willing to listen, but at the same time, it was the lack of splash plays from Minkah and the money that we're paying them. What's your thoughts on that?
I think if you take Minkah off that squad last year, you're nowhere near 500 wins. Well, 500, and that's being for real. Not saying that Minkah was what made that defense run, because we know who makes that defense run. We know the number, the white man that's down there on that got his hand in the dirt. We know who makes that defense run. But at the end of the day, he's what makes that secondary the secondary, if that makes
Cleanup,
sense.
man.
Like, he's the cleanup guy. And I'm just saying, he's came down and made some big tackles. He's made some big plays. Now, obviously, with the money you're paying him, you probably want to see him leading the league in picks, or at least leading the league in like some type of forced turnover ratio. But at the end of the day, like, he's a safety. He does his job. He put y'all in prime positions to make plays. He's been what everything y'all have asked him to be, outside of, I think the only thing he hasn't done is he has one All-Pro, two All-Pros with the Steelers, if I'm not mistaken. But with that being the case, what can he do if your offense is putting the Steelers defense back on the field after 4 plays? Y'all get a turnover, and then next 3 and out, which we saw from Russ last year. Those last 5 games of the year, the last 5 to 6 games of the year. Yeah. What do you do? Because yes, you can, as a defense, that's demoralizing. So for him to say that, I understand it. Like, you're trying to make it sound like, you were trying to get something better, like he wasn't up to the standard. But at the same time, Minkah's been the standard for that secondary for the past 5 years, bro. So that would be my standpoint. Yeah. Just looking at it, like how it may be perceived. They're trying to make it seem like Minkah wasn't doing everything they asked him to do, but at the same time, Minkah's been the standard for y'all team in the secondary for the past 5 years. So obviously, he's doing something right. Because if that was the case, you would have never gave him this extension in the first place. So that's me. But what's your thoughts? What do you think?
The way I look at it, I think it's more of a money flip. Omar Khan was up there. He crunching some numbers. Omar Khan be cooking, man. He be cooking. Minkah was like 18 mil for this year. The Jalen Ramsey deal, I think we paying like 18 to 19 mil. So you pretty much just swapped them. It's 19 because we also gave him like 1.5 mil on top of that. So 19 mil to come on over. I think it's just a money flip, man. I think we're trying to change up what we're doing on defense, building up that corner room. Yeah, you'll take a hit at the safety positions, but like we talked about, you get Jalen Ramsey in the building. That's that more versatile piece. Now teams don't know what you're doing on defense. Where's Jalen Ramsey at? Is he playing slot corner? Is he playing outside? Is he going to safety? So I think it's more just, like I said, money play, moving that money around and trying to change up what you're doing on defense.
I like it. I like it. So if you're taking it from an on paper standpoint, because now the AFC North has become a pretty big cornerback destination now. I mean, Denzel Ward's over here, Jair's over here, Jalen Ramsey's over here, Darius Slay's over here. We got some guys over here now.
Yeah, man, we make
it's
football.
Getting pretty tough. On paper, we probably got one of the deepest secondary cornerback rosters in the league. Like, just from you alone, you got 2 All-Pros and a guy who is a shining young prospect or a shining young star with JPJ. You go to the Ravens, you got Nate Wiggins, who's also a guy who's making a name for himself. But you got Marlon, you got Jair, two in-house names. Well, 2 house names. Yeah. You go to Cleveland, you got Denzel Ward, you got Greedy, you got Emerson, who's another young guy they got. A young pup and a guy that already has a name in the house. Now, Cincinnati's a whole different case because Cincinnati doesn't have a guy that can really state the claim and say he's a house name anywhere.
Yeah, household name.
All these guys, well, they all are young guys who are trying to make a name for themselves. So I feel like Cincy's like the young part of the group. Like, I remember back then it was Baltimore was the young guys when Marlowe first came in the league, and then you have the
Yeah.
Steelers had their core with Cortland and all those guys, and then we were the old guys because we had Leon Hall, Jonathan Joseph. We had the older guy, Pac-Man, Eli Apple. We were the old guys, but I feel like now we're all switching roles. Like you're starting to become like the old guys, or even more so the old guys with Jalen, Darius, JPJ, and them. Well, JPJ is not an old guy, but I'm just saying you have the more older secondary. We're the more younger secondary. The Ravens are like in the middle, and then Cleveland's right over us because they're younger. So looking at it as a whole, where do you rank? Let's just say if you had to rank the secondaries like right now, how would you rank it? Paper.
Just in our division?
I'll give you a chance. Yeah, in our division.
I'm gonna have to go Ravens first.
Okay.
Even though it's bumped the Ravens, you got to respect the Ravens. Then I go
the secondary
me.
is proven. Okay.
Yeah, I go me. Then you in Cleveland.
Honestly speaking,
I'm gonna go Cleveland then you. Yeah, I was about to say I go Cleveland then you. Because like you said, you got younger guys.
I have it the exact same way. On paper, I have it the exact same way. Because I just feel like we're young and we're switching coaching staff at that. So I just feel like it's a lot more. We haven't established anybody yet. Dax Hill was hurt. Dax Hill had a great start but got hurt. Cam Taylor-Britt had one great play against Patrick Mahomes, and after that fell off the face of the earth. DJ Turner started doing well, got hurt. So it's like we don't have anybody to be like, yeah, he was going off last year. For y'all, JPJ has been a revelation. Like he's been putting in work over there in Pittsburgh. Same thing I can say for Marlowe. Marlowe's been the guy in Baltimore for the past 3, 4, 5, 6 years. So it's kind of like we don't have a guy. Even Cleveland has a guy. Denzel Ward is the guy. Mm-hmm. You want a one-on-one matchup, 21's coming to your side.
Boy.
So
George Pickens had a date with him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, though these teams, like all of our teams, bro, in the AFC North, bro, everybody has a guy except the Bengals, and that's why when we had the last still jumping, and you were talking about who is the guys that we think we need to see step up, I named the cornerback room because that cornerback room has not solidified anybody as a number one, a number two, or a number three. I don't even know who the starting corner is right now. Yeah. I can't tell you who the number one corner is in that room right now, and that's not good. I feel like you could do that everywhere you go in the AFC North. You know who the number one corner is in the AFC North, in the Baltimore Ravens locker room. Marlowe walks that locker room like a drill sergeant. Right now, coming into the locker room right now, JPJ is the number one, but the guy that's going to lead is probably going to be Jalen Ramsey or Darius Slay. You know that. Like, the leader
those
of that
two moves right there
better.
Helps Joey Porter. I mean, Jalen Ramsey and Darius Slay gonna help him. So
you walk in the Cleveland locker room, right now, number 21 is at the head of the table when it comes to that cornerback room. Like Denzel Ward runs that room, so it's just like, bro, we don't have. If I say the Cincinnati Bengals, who do you think of in the secondary right now? You couldn't give me an answer because you wouldn't have anybody you could think of that's like, well, he a dog.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at Cam Taylor. I'm looking at him.
Yeah, I think he can do it, but the past 2 years, bro, like he'll make one amazing play, and then after that amazing play, bro, it just seems like his roller coaster ride starts. It's like, well, he's doing good.
He got to get out of his head.
Amazing play, then it's just like slowly tanks.
I think he's in his head. He got to get out of his head.
Yeah, that could be the case. So now looking at the additions, let's talk about it. Baltimore brings in Jair. Y'all bring in Jalen and Jonnu. What do you think of those? Not to pat yourself on the back, but now you bring in these two guys. You know what I'm saying? Because we haven't even really spoke on Jonnu, and Jonnu was a great addition, especially to that tight end room with Pat, Darnell, and even though he's hurt, Donald Parham. That's a pretty crazy tight end room. You got two big receiving threats and a blocking threat. And he can catch the ball as well. The blocking threat can catch the ball as well. But those two receiving threats start to lean towards running the ball because Jonnu coming from the Titans.
No play action.
Exactly. So I'm going to ask you, whose addition do you feel mattered more? And what is your thoughts on Jonnu? I got a two-part question.
I got you. Mm-hmm. And it's not biased. It's not biased at all. I'm going to say ours.
Most definitely. Okay.
Just because, like I just mentioned, pairing Joey Porter up, not only would Darius Slay your first move, and then you bring in a Jalen Ramsey, and not to mention the guy that we haven't mentioned, a Beanie Bishop is in that locker room, a Corey Trice is in that locker room. Those two guys alone get to learn from a Jalen Ramsey and a Darius Slay who just came off a Super Bowl win. So, yeah, I'm going to say ours, bro. I'm going to say ours. I think the Steelers are really trying to change up what we doing on the defense. Not getting burnt no more in that cornerback room, trying to do what the Eagles are doing. Because the Eagles' corner room last year was bomb. I mean, I don't think you can really name their safeties, but the corners you knew exactly.
Quinion, Darius, and DeJean, and Cooper, and Big Coop.
You see?
Okay, the white boy.
Yeah, I think we really trying to do what the Eagles are doing, especially on our defense, man. Most teams go 11, so we got to go 11. Modern day football. And on the thoughts of Jonnu, the thing with Jonnu is I don't want nobody to get it misconstrued. A good player coming off a Pro Bowl year. The Steelers were already in talks about getting Jonnu. And we all looked at it like, oh, why you need a tight end? Why you need a tight end? You got Pat Freiermuth, Darnell Washington. Then Donald goes down with the season injury. So that just piqued more interest. Like, okay, yeah, go get that person. And like you said, a bona fide receiving threat. Opening up that run game, play action too. And don't think for a second. If Jonnu open in the middle of the field, Aaron Rodgers is not going to throw him that ball. Darnell Washington can be wide open in the middle of the field, and Aaron Rodgers is going to throw him that ball. Darnell, you better catch it. You better catch it. That's all I got to say.
I'm about to say he's 6'8". If you miss him, that's a problem.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think our moves, man, and in that case, defense and offense, that whole package, yeah, we blew it out the water. We blew it out the water at the end of the day. And I'll be on record saying, bro, I'll take a corner over a free safety, even with that number sitting on my wall, 43. And now 39. You see what you doing to my safeties, bro? You see what you doing. So, yeah, man, that's my thoughts on it.
For me, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna go against you here. I'm gonna be the devil's advocate.
Okay. Let me hear it.
I'm gonna go Jair. I'm gonna go to Baltimore. Had the better addition, but just because Jair healthy, Jalen healthy, I think Jair means more to that team. And it's because of what the style of defense they're going to be able to play now. Do I think the Steelers overall won? Yes, because Jonnu, if I add in Jonnu, I got the Steelers because that's a two tight end that adds in more two tight end sets. You could do a lot more versatility if we're calling offense and defense. Ravens already got two tight ends, so they're not really worried about that. But nah.
Yeah.
Just being real in the sense of the defense. One of their biggest problems last year was secondary. They bring in Malachi Starks from the draft, and then they still need help in the corner room because Marlowe's getting older. They need a guy that can come out there and play one-on-one because Marlowe's more so in the slot now. He's moving around in the slot. He's moving out outside. If you can move Marlowe to a straight slot spot, I think they like that because I think right now Nate Wiggins has solidified himself as an outside corner. So with that being the case, and then you still got Big Kyle back there. All 6'2", 240 pounds of. I'm joking, not 240, but you get what I'm saying. You got Big Kyle sitting at the safety spot, so they just needed a number one corner. And Nate Wiggins is good, but I don't think he's number one corner ready yet. And I think with adding Jair, they brought their number one in. If he's healthy, he's right up there as a top 10 corner in the league, if not top 5. We saw it in Green Bay. When he's healthy, Green Bay's defense got exponentially it got worse for everybody else if Jair's healthy. And that's just being real. Minnesota didn't want to play the Packers if Jair was healthy. The Lions didn't want to play the Packers if Jair was healthy because he was taking somebody off the field. He was taking a receiver out the game.
Yeah.
And we saw it with Jettas. We saw it with Amon-Ra. We saw it. He was legitimately taking receivers out the game, a whole option out the game. So I feel like if he's healthy, it's going to be fun to watch Steelers Ravens. It's going to be fun to watch Steelers Bengals. It's going to be because if that guy's, it's going to be a battle and it's going to be fun to watch.
We're going back to the
overall days, exactly. Overall, I got the Ravens winning if we're just talking defensively or just the addition as in what he's going to bring to that team. I think it's the Ravens. But overall, just the additions alone, both additions added together, I got the Steelers just because Jonnu brings a new aspect to that two tight end set when you can switch out Pat or Darnell and it can still have the same effect because Jonnu's on the other side or Jonnu's on the is beside him or on the other side of the formation. So not to mention that's a great blocking effect too because Jonnu's not a bad blocker. He's not a great blocker, but he's not a bad blocker. So I think because he played at Tennessee and Derrick Henry had good years when he was there. So
I'm not mad at you.
I think it's
I'm
great
not mad
for
at
him.
it. I see why you said it.
Mhm.
I think my whole thing is on Jair. I think how I'm looking at Jair, you got to be healthy. And I know all players got to be healthy. Don't get me wrong. And I think that's probably why I was more down. Like I said, told you, I wanted a Ramsey over a Jair. I mean, you still take Jair, and especially, like I said, for the contract, you definitely go make that happen. So I'm not saying that at all. But injury concerns, his history and stuff like that, I think that's why I was so.
I think if y'all picked up Jair off that if y'all picked up Jair free agency, if y'all got Jair instead of Baltimore, Minkah's still there, and no complaints are even made.
Oh yeah.
It would have just been Jair, Darius Slay, and freaking JPJ, and y'all would have rocked out. But I think once y'all saw Jair go to the Ravens, y'all knew y'all had to do something to front the bill.
Oh yeah,
because it makes sense. It makes sense.
Oh yeah, and this move right here, man, I think the best. Our corner room is looking like the best it has been in years. So in a long time,
most definitely.
That's why another reason why I put them up there.
This is y'all best secondary in a while, and that's speaking wholeheartedly as a Bengals fan. And hey, this is your best secondary I've seen in a while. So speaking of defense, let's go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off. Let's talk about it. TJ Watt comes out, said he wants 40. He wants to be the highest paid. He said, "Throw the bag at me. I need you to back the Brinks trunk up, man." What's your thoughts on TJ and what his wants are right now? What's the thoughts on it, man?
I mean, with TJ, you got to make it happen. You got to make it happen. You got to pay the man. But I really think it's coming down to the deal. The years. TJ probably won't 2 years. Still is looking at it like, look, we're going to give you 5 years with some void. We got to add some void years on it. It got to be a smart move. Like I said, Omar Khan is a numbers guy. He's going to crunch them numbers. Yeah, I can make you the highest paid, but it got to be like this. You know, Omar Khan is I likes you. I want you. Now, we can do it the easy way or the hard way. Choice is yours. Choice is yours. But at the end of the day, hey, look, Omar, I know that's what you're trying to do, and I know you want to be a fleece to the con artist, whatever you want to call yourself. But TJ Watt is a one helmet guy. You pay the man. You pay the man what he want. Pay the man what he want, bro. You should have got this done the moment Myles Garrett came out and said, you know what, I want out of Cleveland. Because you knew he was going to get the bag from whoever team he went to. So that was your window of opportunity to get TJ Watt done. And we probably wouldn't even be here. So, probably wouldn't even be here.
I mean,
and another thing, he could play hardball. He could play hardball with TJ Watt now. Hey, play your last year, and then we're going to franchise tag you after that. Now, do I see that happening? No. Do I want that to happen? No. But hey, like I said, the easy way or the hard way. Choice is yours, Devo.
The choice is yours.
Come on, Coach Jack. Choice is yours. So, yeah, you got to get that done, man.
I feel you, though. I feel like TJ's in the spot right now. I think this is the part where I'm kind of feeling like this is about to be a Trey Hendrickson situation, but just in a different light. Like it's not gonna be y'all let him on like, oh, we're gonna pay you. Don't worry about it. Just play this season. We're gonna pay you. It's nothing like that. I think more so TJ's just looking at it now like, bro, I'm better than every single person on this list other than probably number 95. And me and him are like neck and neck, if anything.
I'm better.
No, I'm just saying. Like respectfully, I'm probably the best pass rusher in the NFL, honestly speaking. And that's you could throw Michael Parsons' name out there, you can throw everybody else's name out there, but at the end of the day, right now, if I throw my name on the trading block, you're gonna hear every team in the whole NFL come and ask for what's the price?
Detroit Lions need to be the first ones or Commanders.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, Cincy. I know we hate them, but listen. I got a first round pick. Listen, with your name on it. But no, seriously, just honestly speaking, like he's a guy. Like if he throws his name in trade talks, people are going to listen. It doesn't matter how you look at it. Omar Khan, I don't think he's going to be a guy to
look. They already looking into it.
That's what I'm saying. and I'm not to be the person here to get a little biased, but I hope it happened. But because I'll be honest with you, he don't make me a happy guy inside when we play y'all. I'm just letting y'all know I am not a fan of TJ Watt. I'm a fan, but I'm not a fan. If that makes sense.
It's like I said with Lamar Jackson.
I'm a chill guy until we play the Steelers. Then we sweep in the knee. I'm just letting y'all know. That's how. But no, seriously. All jokes aside, he is deserving of the money. But the question is, do you start throwing his age as a reason why he doesn't deserve it? Because obviously he is getting up there in age. We know how pass rushers go and how teams think of pass rushers. Once you get to a certain age, especially once you get to 30, they start being like, hey, bro, listen, you good and all. Like, respect your game. But 40 mil for a 30-year-old is kind of, that's a little bit. But do I think he's deserving? Yes. I mean, because be honest with you, Trey Hendrickson is deserving of at least 35, 38, or 35 mil, 38 mil. Are we going to give him that? Probably not. You know why? Because he's 30 years old. And we know right now pass rushers come at a premium. Once you get to about 31, 32, bro, and this is like the cutoff when your money just really stops. 31, 32, bro, is usually the age where people's just like, bro, we're not paying that.
Yeah.
TJ Watt is at that little apex where you can either get paid and clock out right at 31, 32, or we gonna look at it like, bro, that's a little too close, and well, let the good Lord hit you, but the good Lord split you.
Or the hard way. I like choices. I want you.
But we seen the statistics too, though, Meech. We got to talk about it.
Yeah.
A 66 win percentage. A 66 win percentage when he's in the game. When he's not in the game, that win percentage drops to 9%. That's a big fall off. Hey, Cam Hayward can't save you forever. You know what I'm saying? You need a guy out there. And we were talking about this pre-show. We were just like, his impact is way bigger than what people give him credit for. They're like, yo, his scheme. He's just part of. It's just Mike Tomlin's scheme that makes him so good. If it was just Mike Tomlin's scheme, listen, those numbers wouldn't be those numbers.
Come on,
because anybody should be able to fill in that position.
What
if it's just the scheme? It's him.
If it's just Mike Tomlin, bro, Alex Highsmith would be a household name or as big as TJ Watt. Like, come on. Nick Herbert would be the same way. These guys are learning after TJ Watt, man. He's coaching and playing.
Yeah, that is true. And that's why I think, he's deserving of the money. And if you pay him, I wouldn't be surprised. And I think I'm with you on this. I think it's going to be a 2-year, 3-year deal. I don't think it's going to be 40 mil. I think he's going to be number 2. I don't think he's going to surpass Myles Garrett. Even though I understand his wants to be highest paid, I don't think Omar Khan is going to give him 40 plus mil, bro. It's tough to even say, bro, to give him. I don't think he's going to match Myles Garrett's money. And it's not saying he's not better than him, because I think in some retrospects, I think Myles Garrett is better. He's a better all-around player, but I think as a pass rusher, TJ Watt has him. I think TJ Watt's a better pass rusher. Myles Garrett is a better overall D lineman. That's why I think the money is going to be different, because Myles Garrett goes everywhere. You know where TJ Watt going to be. He's going to be sitting on that right-hand side, looking at your right tackle, waiting to make a move. And that's just what we know. So I think that's what separates Myles Garrett's money from TJ's money. And I think that's why I would say put TJ as number 2. If worst case scenario, number 3 highest paid, and in the sense of edge rushers, and I think he's fine. But I think also what's going to make a big difference for him is the years and then the guarantees. If the guarantees don't look good, I think that's what's going to kill the contract off.
Yeah.
If the guarantees look good, the years won't matter too much. I think you're on the right track where you said void years are going to be in process. Void years are going to be in there somewhere, especially if he doesn't perform.
Beat him in guarantees. Beat Myles Garrett in guarantee money. Have that.
I think that's where he could get him.
The overall contract of it. And I'll be straight with that. But letting him walk?
No, go ahead. Let him walk. We got him. Listen, we ain't paying Trey no way. Let's go ahead and let's just go back the Brinks truck up, man. Hey, listen, Shamar, listen, bro. Hey, look at here.
So let me ask you this.
We got money on to spend. That man ain't signed that contract yet either. Come on now. We got money to spend, baby. Come on.
There's another guy in play.
Come on over here.
In this whole conversation too is Dallas. What do you think
Hey,
he's getting? Do you
that's what
think
I'm
he's gonna
scared
beat
of.
Myles Garrett? Or do you
I
think
think
like
he
the
would.
Browns just did another Browns move like they did with Deshaun Watson?
Call me crazy here. I think Micah Parsons is about to be the highest paid player ever when it comes to defense. I think he's about
Okay.
to be the highest paid defender of all time. Like he's gonna beat Aaron Donald, he's gonna beat Jalen, he's gonna beat JC, he's gonna beat Miles, he's gonna beat TJ, he's gonna be the highest paid defensive player ever. And the reason why I think he is because he does everything. He does pass rush. They put him back at middle linebacker. He plays middle linebacker. They move him to end, they move him to the other end. They move him to sometimes in the 3 technique and let him go
Mm-hmm.
against a guard. Like he's moving around more than Myles Garrett, and he's successful at it.
So you
Not
don't
to mention
think
he's the
TJ
best defensive
Watt's
player on your team. He's the
contract
best player on your
or
team.
Trey
Honestly,
got
other than
anything to
CD,
do with him?
he will make more than Trey Hendrickson. He will make more than he's gonna blow Trey Hendrickson's contract out the water. If Trey Hendrickson makes anything less than 40 mil, he's nowhere near close. And that's just honestly, he's gonna make TJ's contract will not touch Michael Parsons' contract. And the reason why, and that's
Yeah,
TJ,
that's
Trey,
nice.
and Myles Garrett. I think he outdoes his contract outdone. He outpays. He's gonna make more than Michael Parsons all of them. He's gonna make more than all of them. Michael Parsons will make more than every single defender in the league right now. And it's
So
not
he ain't even
because
in
he's the
conversation
best
for
defender
real.
in the league. It's just because, bro, he's in conversation to be the best defender in the league. I mean, outside of Pat Surtain, there's not many young defensive players where you're just like, bro, he's like that. Like, and then not to
Okay.
mention if we want to minimize the screen even smaller, there's not many young defensive ends that are that good. Like that are that good. Like where you can move them anywhere and he dominates. Like he's getting double teamed and he's at a 3 technique. He's getting double teamed. He's on the edge. They're sending them from the middle. They're moving in the middle linebacker, sending them through the middle linebacker from the middle linebacker stance. So, do I think Michael Parsons is like the creme de la creme? No, I think that's Pat Surtain all day long. That's the reason why he won the
Okay.
depoy.
Okay.
But I think right now he is in the front seven or defensive players of overall. He's number 2, and he's close to being not 2. The only person that's ahead of him is the depoy from last year, and that's Pat Surtain. Like I said. What about you? You think Michael Parsons is just me personally? I think he's the highest paid defensive player coming out next year, or
No.
going into next year. Not this season, but
No.
next year. But next season,
Yeah, I
he'll be the
I
highest
agree
paid
right
defensive
along
player.
with you. Right along with you. I don't think Micah got anything to do with what's going on between me and you, Cleveland. Like it's his own conversation. But at the same time, he was looking for a contract. So hey, now
I mean,
is it highest paid ever? You know, along the lines you're talking, could be. I can see Dallas doing it. But at the same time, what are they gonna do with George Pickens? They got to pay him too.
yeah,
So hey, we'll see.
I think honestly, George Pickens is a rental. I think they're just
Mm-hmm.
trying to get to the next season so they can draft somebody. If they pay
Ooh,
George Pickens, like think about this, if they traded for George Pickens, right? George Pickens is on what? This is last year of his deal,
last
or
year.
second to last year. All right, last year of his deal. Not to mention the draft is come. The draft, you have a whole season with George Pickens. You can have conversations. If it's a number you don't like, you're not owed him any. You're not owed to him anything. It's only 1 year. Now, the only thing that makes this not work is, I'm gonna say this and don't laugh at me. The only reason he gets paid is if like the offense explodes with him in it. Like if CD and him go for like 1,500 apiece. Like that. Remember when Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill got together for the first time in Miami? Well, when they
Mm-hmm.
first got to Miami and they went
Yeah,
off that first year, it was like, bro, nobody had an answer for Tyreek and Jalen Waddle in
looking like
hot
they was
weather.
going to the Super Bowl. Yeah,
Yeah, it looked like they was going. It has to be one of those. Like it has to be one of those years where it's like, bro, that offense looks unstoppable. Like if it's not one of those and it's just a regular deck of 1,000-yard year, bro, I don't see George Pickens getting paid. I don't see it because they're gonna be like, bro, we can invest more into the defense and just draft a rookie receiver and be in the same position next year.
cool.
Just saying. Not saying George Pickens is trash, but just Jerry Jones and his thought process. That's what I'm thinking
Yeah,
because he's done nothing but build the offensive line. And then
that's
with the running
putting.
back class that just came through, that means wide receiver class is due. And with wide receiver class being due, oh Jesus, you know what I'm saying? And not even
Rub hands like
just
Birdman.
speaking for real. You know, rubbing hands like Burke. Yeah, you might. And this is what I was thinking about too. What if they do all this? George Pickens doesn't get re-signed and y'all sign George Pickens back next year. Y'all bring the crash out right back just because y'all need another receiver. Yeah, I would be on the floor crying. If y'all do all this just to sign this man back,
I'll be looking
just
like,
for
what?
A cheaper deal.
Dumbfounded.
But speaking of additions, let's go into it, brother. I know we haven't got a chance to talk about it lately, and we know you just made the move for Jalen Ramsey. But they're still open. They're still, the market's still open. There's still people out there that are very good pickups. Are there any possible trades, free agent pickups that you might want to see from your team? Who you got?
Right now, still wide receiver 2. And on that, I'm going to say Chris Olave is my number one guy. Maybe Terry. I mean, I'm still looking at that situation. It's still shaky. But if Washington really want to do something, they'll make that work. But it's shaky over there, It's looking like some light down there. Hold on. I think it's a way out over here.
Got a little light in the tunnel.
Yeah, it's one of those.
It was dark at first, but it got a little light in there. I get what you're saying.
I'm looking at definitely at Chris Olave though is my number one target if I'm going to go trade for somebody, and I'm giving up that second round pick for him with ease. With ease. It might be a little crazy, and you let me know if I'm wrong for saying this. Now, I think it's safe to say a healthy Chris Olave is potentially better than a DK Metcalf, and that's just where I'm at on it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm close to agreeing. I'm close. I'm close. Him healthy, he's dangerous. Yeah. He's a top tier receiver healthy, and that's real. But I think DK, a calm DK Metcalf. Ooh, Jesus. Non-crash out DK versus healthy Olave. I think I'm gonna take DK by just a hair. But it's spooky. Like that's spooky.
So like I said, you give up that second round pick with ease, and you pay the man with ease.
Would you go for a safety?
Yeah, that's the next possibility too. That's the next one I was about to get into. Safety.
Okay.
Safety. 3 guys I'm looking at right now. Justin Simmons, the big one, 32 years old.
Big dog.
Jordan Whitehead.
Not a bad pickup at
all. Not bad.
Been on a playoff team.
Yeah, and then Julian Beckman, 27 out of the Colts.
Oh, I got you. Blackman. I know you.
Blackman. Yeah. What did I say? Bateman? Blackman.
Yeah. Nah, three good pick. That's 3 good guys right there. I'm not gonna lie to you. George. Speaking on Jordan Whitehead, he's been in the playoffs. I think he's been in a bowl as well. I think he was on the Bucs team when they won the Super Bowl. You go Justin Simmons, household name with Justin Simmons, and still a great player. And he'll probably be on a cheaper deal because he's older. And then you come right back with Justin Blackman, who's also young, but he's a young bull though. So I think that's even better because you get a younger guy.
The Colts got a couple guys over there I'm eyeing, and I got some for wide receiver: Pittman, Pierce, Mitchell. So
honestly, if it's me next. Right now, you want me to be real with you, Mitch, and people are gonna hate me for saying this. I'll give a second round pick right now for AD Mitchell. If you want a guy who can go get it, Mitch, go get AD. And this is me non-biased aside.
Okay.
If he's a young bull, go watch his Texas tape, go watch his Georgia tape, go watch his tape from the Colts, where if he literally had a competent quarterback, he's a 1,000-yard receiver easy. Like I got the video on my I reposted them. I retweeted it on my Twitter. I retweeted the post on my Twitter because they was like, if AD Mitchell had a competent quarterback, he's 1,000-yard. And it was just how many times he was wide open for touchdowns, or like for 80, like 60, 70-yard gains, easy. Talking about corners doing the Cupid shuffle, and he's missing them by a mile. He has the corner doing the Cupid shuffle. He's 30 yards downfield and missing by a mile, or he breaks the cover 2. He breaks the cover 2, gets in the window, and he throws it late and gets his head knocked off. Well, he almost gets AD's head knocked off. Like, if he has a competent quarterback, Meech, I'm telling you right now, if he has a competent quarterback this coming year, AD Mitchell will be a 1,000-yard receiver easy, with no questions asked. And not to mention, he's a dog. Like, likes to block, or not afraid to block. I'm not gonna say likes to block, but not afraid to block. He's fast. We saw it in the 40. We saw it with the 40 time with a 4.3 40. So he's not slow. He's tall at I think he's 6'2", 6'1", 6'2". You already got DK, so you don't need a big body. You just need a guy that can go get it.
We just need a guy that can get
I
open.
think that's the guy.
That's it.
He can
We need a guy that
he's
can
a
get
great
open.
route runner. He's a great route runner. So that fits the profile. So that would be my guy if I was for y'all. I don't think Alex Pierce fits y'all. The reason why, because Alex Pierce is nothing but a go ball. And I think y'all need a little bit more intricacy than just a go ball.
Yeah.
So that's why, if it's me, I would give up that second for AD. And
But that was
just saying, if it works out, you're genius.
In my eyes. He was kind of George Pickens in my eyes.
And he's honestly, he's just like George Pickens. I kid you not, he's just like George. AD reminds me of George Pickens, just without the crash out. But he will crash out if he's getting open. He's not getting the ball. He will crash out. He will be like, "Hey, bro, throw me the ball." He did it. He did it in Texas when we were in the playoffs 2 years ago.
Yeah. See, we ain't got to worry about that.
The year he came out.
We got Aaron Rodgers, man. He gonna throw that ball.
Exactly. But just in general, bro, that would be my go-to for y'all. If y'all could choose a guy right now, I would go with AD. If you were looking at a receiver right now, because right now the Colts are looking to probably be more of a run team because they're not.
I don't think they're gonna give him up.
A big passer of the football team.
I don't think they're gonna give him up though. The Colts.
I don't think they are either. But I think with the depth in their wide receiver room, it's possible. So I guess it depends on it. Yeah, somebody got to get going sooner or later. Like, it's not going to be just them sitting there. Like, I think right now you could go for AD. You could go sign Keenan Allen. You still got Amari Cooper on the board too. Yeah, he's cheap. I think AD would be the cheapest deal just because of the fact he's still on rookie contract. But as for just in general, like if you're going for a guy that's just, you ain't got to trade for it, I'm going Amari Cooper, Keenan, bro. Those two guys right there, elite route runners. You need a guy that can take 5 yards and make it, or take a 3-yard route, make it 9, or can take a simple slant and give you a 12-yard catch, or when they're sitting in a soft zone just because it's 3rd and 8. You got a guy who can find the holes and just sit there and get open in the gaps. That would be my choices for y'all.
We gotta make something happen, man. I don't want to speak. What about y'all? What you got?
I'm not ready. What about for this y'all? Part.
Yeah, you got to dive into it. We still jumping.
I know. I'm just not ready for
State of the North, baby. What's up?
I know. All right, State of the North. Let's talk about it. Let's America. Let's talk about it. America.
America.
Get my Bernie Mac on. Get my Bernie Mac on. America. Let's talk about it. All right, but now, honestly speaking, starting off would be O-line. I would still bring another guy in. I wouldn't mind bringing in Dalton Rosner. He used to play for the Vikings last year. I think he'd be a good pickup, or Brandon Scherf. But I know Brandon Scherf is, possibly thinking about retiring. But I think this would be a good reason for him to be like, maybe I shouldn't retire, especially being on a team that has playoff contentions. Secondly, we'll be right there with you. I'll be on the defensive side. Probably free safety. Justin Blackman being a guy I've already mentioned before. Another guy that surprisingly I'm kind of infatuated with, just because the fact that I kind of want to see if they'll do it. Give your second and third round this year, and one of those young corners you have, and bring Jesse Bates back. Now I know that's not going to happen because Atlanta loves Jesse, but I would love to see Jesse Bates come back. I think we haven't been the same without him.
Hey, do like we did with Minkah, bro. Bring him back home. Well, we sent them home. We'll bring him back home.
We can't get. It's
possible, bro.
Guy who's probably got. It's just the cost of bringing him back. What's the cost? The cost would kill us. But I love Justin Blackman. I think that's a great pickup right there. Underrated third down guy that I think would be great for us. Matthew Judon from Atlanta. I think he got released this past year, so he's a free agent. I think Matthew Judon would be a great case for us, just to bring another third down pass rusher in.
Yeah,
but also possibly give Trey Hendrickson that breather, or just that extra help on the other side of the ball, or on the other side of the play. Last but not least, it's more for me just a move just to add some depth. You go and get what's buddy name? Actually, no, I'm a steal one here. and it's gonna sound crazy, and people are gonna look at me like outlandish when I say this.
Put him on. Put him on
Sign
game.
Keenan Allen. Sign Keenan Allen.
I wouldn't even look at you crazy. That's a move.
Now people are gonna say, bro, you already got Yoshi, you already got Jermaine Burton, and you got Chase and T. Yeah, I know. The signing Keenan Allen isn't for him to take spots. It's him to teach. It's for him to mentor. I want him there for Jermaine Burton and Yoshi for route running purposes, for seeing certain things that maybe they don't see. Because again, Jamar and T are more so outside guys. Yes, Jamar went into the slot a lot more this year, which helped him get where he was this year. But bringing a guy in like Keenan Allen to mentor and put these guys on game and help them be better and still making a check, I think that's a great situation. So, and it's also one less guy that y'all can pick up, so that helps out. And that helps out on both
Always got to put some juju on something, man.
Yeah, got to put a little juju on. You know what I'm saying? You see that jersey back there? Come on now, I had to sprinkle it on you now.
It's retired now, bro. It's retired now. Sitting right
but
here.
No, that would be my 3 right now. That would be if I'm being for real, it'll probably be a double dip on O-line or a double dip on D-line and then a secondary guy. But looking at it just from a schematic standpoint, O-line, secondary, D-line, and if I just had to throw a random guy out there, it'll probably be sign a guy like Keenan Allen just to mentor, and also just in case of injury purposes. We have a good faction of having situations where a wide receiver or a key position person gets hurt. And I'm just trying to, if that happens, I want to be ahead of the game, not scrambling when it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, man, we're going to get into our last topic of the day. Both teams. Pressure on who in your organization? We're going to go from coaching all the way down to the skill positions. Who got the most pressure in your organization? Me? I'm going to say it's on Arthur Smith. I'm looking at Arthur Smith right now. You brought in all these tight ends. You got your guy, Jonnu Smith. We already know that's his guy. From Tennessee to Atlanta, that's his guy. So Pat Freiermuth was in there. Like we said, Darnell Washington. Maybe bring in another tight end. Who knows? One of our undrafted rookies step up. Who knows? We'll see. But I'm looking at Arthur Smith now. You got the run game. We went and got Caleb Johnson for the zone runs. Open up the play action. You got to do something with this offense this year. So who you got for yours?
I love that you threw Arthur Smith in the fire. I love it because y'all offense has been a shell of itself since Ben's last little hurrah with 11 wins in a row, and then couldn't figure it out.
We had Canada for years, y'all, and the way we got on Canada behind.
Man,
Arthur Smith, I think you got one more year, Arthur Smith. We're gonna be lighting the fire under you too.
I remember being there at your house and watching you just about to strangle the TV. Well, because Matt Canada on the screen and you trying to strangle it. Yeah. But nah, seriously, for me, and this is just, I'm gonna go a little bit different of an approach on this. Mm-hmm. Zach Taylor's in the fire conditionally.
Okay.
Conditionally is meaning because if he doesn't have Trey and Shamar, this is a failure. I feel like, not saying that we can't win without those two guys, but having him trying to win games without his not only his best defensive player, but his rookie that he was expecting to be like his duo partner is crazy. So that's one. Now, if I'm speaking outside of that, Al Golden, hey, look here, bro. You got brought in here to change the defense. You got brought in here to change the defense. Now, if that don't happen and we go backwards instead of forward, I got some questions for you. And it's not saying that you only got 1 year to figure it out. I'm not saying that at all. I'm about to say,
how long you giving them?
But I give him 3 years. That's 2 draft classes.
And then he
that gives you a draft class. That gives you 1 draft. This past draft class, which is not all the way you. Well, it's you, but it's not all the way you. Because we know for a fact some of these guys that are on the roster right now are not going to be there next year. So that's what I'm giving him 3 draft classes because that gives him time to put in his type of players. Like I feel like right now he's just working with what he has, which means some guys are going to fit, some guys aren't. Like I feel like our secondary fits Al Golden. our secondary and our linebackers are going to fit Al Golden. Our defensive line doesn't. I think the only person that fits our mold for defensive line is T.J. Slayton, Trey, and I think Chris Jenkins and McKinley. I think B.J. Hill is part of that, but B.J. Hill, I don't think B.J. Hill should have still been here. So that's just my personal opinion. But Al Golden, you got 3 years. If Zach Taylor gets fired and you don't make the cut for the next head coach, I get it. It is what it is. But as of right now, I have Al Golden as the guy that's with the eyes on him. It doesn't mean it in a bad way. I don't mean it in the sense that he's going to get fired, but he has the eyes on him because we just fired Lou Anarumo for not being able to develop talent. And not only that, we missed the playoffs back-to-back years, and your defense last year was terrible. So I'm giving Al Golden 3 years. Now, the person that is on the hot seat, Zach Taylor. But it's conditional because, again, if he doesn't have his legs, if you cut the man's legs off before we even start and then say walk, well, that's going to be kind of hard to do.
That's like the Steelers trading away Minkah and TJ and then saying Mike Tomlin this year. Nah.
Exactly.
And you traded away Jordan Pickens and Najee Harris
if you get pieces back, if you get pieces back, it's cool. Like, if you get the right pieces back, that's cool. But if you don't get any pieces back, bro, what are we doing? What do we got going on, bro? This ain't, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I am right now. If we don't have Trey, we don't have Shamar, we're working with all the guys we had last year minus Trey. And Trey outdid everybody by 10 folds last year. I mean, literally, he was a sack and a half away from tying the team in sacks. Tying the team. The team. Not a person, not a position group, the team in sacks. That is never supposed to be the case. So that's my list goes from Zach Taylor to Al Golden. Dan Pritchard, you're not gonna be on the hot seat because you just had MVP-esque season with Joe Burrow. Not to mention, you're not the play caller. Zach Taylor is. So I'm not going to throw you under the bus because you're not the play caller. If it was Dan Pritchard calling these plays this year and Zach Taylor took a seat back, last year, and Zach Taylor took a seat back, then Dan Pritchard keep doing what you're doing because obviously it's working. But our problem last year wasn't offense, it was defense. Now, did we have sputters where we could have won games? Yes. But a lot of those sputters came on what side of the ball? It wasn't offense, it was defense. You can't average 30 points a game and give up 30 points a game and expect to win games. That's not how that works. So, Zach Taylor, conditionally, you on the hot seat. Al Golden, you're on the eye in the sky. Like, we got you in, we have you in our sights. Like, you are, the eye is on you right now. If that defense is anything short of at least mid, we have a problem. And that's just lowballing. We're lowballing. If it's mid, I'm cool because mid gets us in the playoffs. Mid is middle of the pack.
Hey, that's where we been.
That's all I want. I want middle of the pack defense. I'm not asking for the best. I'm asking for middle of the pack, Meech. I'm asking for middle of the pack. Have you ever heard somebody say, I just want middle of the pack defense?
Nah, because
I've never heard that.
I'm tired of it.
I need middle of the pack defense, and we're in the playoffs, bro. Like, that is terrible to say. I'm asking for middle of the pack defense. But no, just seriously, that's my pick. Zach Taylor, and the eye is on Al Golden because I need to see what he's gonna do differently than Lou Anarumo.
I got you. I'm not ready to say Mike Tomlin, and I know that's probably what's in the national media right now. But no, Mike Tomlin, you still got to get that quarterback. Like I said, you get that next year in the draft, no matter what. However we fall, if we got a deep playoff run, still trade up like the Kansas City Chiefs did. Go get your quarterback. We got the draft capital. Now, if he botched that situation, then Mike Tomlin got to be on the hot seat, bro. We got something to talk about, Mike T. You need to come holler at your boy Meech. Let me show you what to do. Come on, let's hop on Madden. Let me show you how to work this thing, man. But yeah, definitely Arthur Smith, though. I'm looking at Arthur Smith this year. It's been a lot of turnover in our roster with Omar Khan and these guys working together. And I'm pretty sure that all of this is bringing in pieces that Arthur Smith wanted or is for Arthur Smith. So I'm ready to see it, man. I'm ready to see it.
It's going to be a fun time, bro, watching this year because a lot of people got a lot of stuff on the line. I feel like this could be the chance Mike T has a make or break year or a season that could be a record ending season where he gets his first losing season ever.
I don't really count this year, though. That's my thing.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying that in the sense of this could be the first year we might see more losses than wins. If this happens, this is going to be monumental. Like he's been in the league how many years now?
18,
like,
19.
That's impressive, bro. 18, 19 years, no losing seasons. Like even if you're trying to downplay it, bro, no losing seasons is still no losing season, bro. That's not an easy. If that's not, that's still feat,
like we talked about, man, with the jersey on the wall. Still that curse, bro. That curse. You can be that good to where you can't pick what you really need to pick in the draft. You know, teams got to work the draft, and I know you can say you got to hit on the players that you get. Not everybody get the good players in the draft, but Steelers haven't had a top 15 pick in years, bro. In years.
That's so bad. Just,
I mean, stop it.
Just terrible. Oh, just winning.
When you went,
winning is just terrible.
You don't have a
winning
top 10 pick.
Such a terrible feeling.
I ain't had one yet.
But nah,
let me get one. Now, do I see us being that bad to where we in a top 5 or top 10 picks? No, but if we can get higher up than 20, bro, give me 15, give me 16. I'm straight.
Bro, you get to 17, you ain't in the playoffs. I'll let you know that now. You get to 17, you're not in the playoffs. Just let you know.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't really count this year, man.
You talking about 15, 16, you're not in the playoffs, baby. You looking at us.
That's fine. That's why I said I don't count this year. I don't count it. This year can be a swing and a miss. Me should be totally fine. Why? Because it never was about this year. Aaron Rodgers here for $1 year, $10 million at 43 by the end of the season. Come on, bro. I'm not. That's what I said. I can't sit here and say to you, to the world, Steelers going to the Super Bowl next year. No, Meach won't put his money on that. I'll put my money on the Ravens going before I do that. But could there be a chance? Depending on how the rest of this offseason play out, depending on how these guys look on the field, because everything looked good on paper. We learned that with Cleveland. Yeah. Cleveland was stacked.
And still couldn't do nothing. That's true.
Now, Cleveland.
For us, I'm going to say right now for us, I think we're at a point where it's either contend or contend.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've already locked in your 2 number 1 targets. You've locked in your quarterback. Your running back is kind of like an iffy situation. Not in the sense of iffy, in the sense of do we want him or not. I just think it's iffy because I feel like right now we're in a spot where it's like if we could pay him, but I don't know if we are going to pay Chase Brown. But
I don't think so. I think
part that's really
running back, you can always upgrade that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And we just drafted Taj Brooks too. And if he comes out and shows out this year, I think they might just be like, we'll bring him back if anybody picks him up. If nobody picks him up. But I'm just being real. I don't see Chase. Like, if I'm the Bengals right now, I don't see Chase Brown being a guy that just like, he's an automatic re-sign. And it's not saying that he's bad. It's not saying that he's not worth the re-sign. I'm just saying in general. I don't see him as a guy where it's just like he's an automatic re-sign. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. And people can hate me in the comment section, but just being real. Speaking of that, like, comment, and subscribe, please. You already know. But
you already know.
Just real, bro. It's just real. I think we're in contention mode right now, so we have to aim for right now. We need to do whatever we need to do to make sure Joey B, Joe Shiesty, and Big Uno, the UNO, you know what I'm saying? Big Fi, as I call him, Big Fi, as I call him, Big T.
Goodness gracious.
Has all the weapons they can have to win a Super Bowl, bro, because they got a taste of it, bro. They got a taste of the sweet nectar of the Super Bowl, but they didn't get the full sip. It was like a half a sip, and then they took the drink away. It's like,
let me ask you this, and then we're gonna get up out of here.
What's up?
When do you see y'all going back to the Super Bowl? Honestly, like, do you think y'all window's still open? Has it closed?
Yes.
Is it cracked?
I think the window is open. I think the window's open until the window's going to be open until Jamar Chase, T, and Joe fall off. And that, honestly speaking, is till Joe falls off. And I don't see Joe falling off right now the way that last year just went. And if the offensive line is anything of good and we can have somewhat of a run game come into play, this makes our team not that much more dangerous. Because I'm just saying, and people who are Bengals fans that watch the Bengals, or if Chase Brown breaks at least 2 of those runs last year, that it was like he almost got away, and it was just like he
Yeah.
got tripped up by somebody or something happened. It makes that passing game that much more dangerous if you can't go two safeties high. Because now I'm going to out route you, slant route you to death. And as soon as you bring them safeties up to play man, I'm going to cook you for everything you got. We've seen it. We saw all last year what it could be, but the run game needs to be better. With the run game being better, that keeps Joe up a lot more. That keeps Jamar and T a lot healthier because you're not getting hit as much. But also, it puts a emphasis on the defense to make changes. If we can run the ball, we can make an emphasis like, okay, you sit in this too high shell, we're going to punch you in the mouth until you change. And when you change, we're going to start throwing the ball again. And then we end some of those games early, like the Baltimore Ravens game. Why are we throwing the ball in the fourth quarter? Why are we throwing the ball on third and 2, 2nd and 1? Why are we throwing the ball? Why are we throwing the ball in these short yardage situations? Well, we got Joe Burrow. We need to put the ball in the best player's hands. If we got a running game, we don't have to. We're not forced to do anything. Lamar's the best guy on the field, but guess what? 3rd and 1, who got the ball in his hand? That big 6'3", 250-pound monster truck with legs, Derrick Henry.
And just got the bridge.
Lamar's the best player on the field, though. Guess what? So I got Derrick Henry. You look at the Steelers. Guess what? 3rd and 2. You think Russell Wilson was running the ball? No. You know what happened on 3rd and 2? Hey,
Big
Najee,
22.
I need 2. Fall forward.
Big 22.
Just fall forward.
You
We'll do the rest.
There it is. That guy right there.
Thank you. What you think they're going to do this year? Caleb, we need 2. Go get it. Wide zone. Go get it.
Yeah.
Right. Cleveland, Nick, we need 2. We couldn't do that last year. How many goal line stops you saw from the when the Bengals tried to run the ball on goal line? How many times you saw us get put in the backfield?
That.
We are more like if you think about it, our most dangerous years when we went to the Super Bowl, who was running the ball? Joe Mixon was toting that hoe.
Don't remind me.
Joe Mixon was toting the tater. But that's what I'm saying. Like, but that's what I'm saying. He had a great year with Houston. Houston short yardage.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Joe, we need 2.
We talked about that. We talked about it.
Like, that's just my thing. So speaking on now, reversing the question, when do you think your window starts again? Because I know right now this is an all-in. This is. I won't say starts again, but when do you think the window widens for y'all? Because I know for a fact this is certain moves y'all are making makes it seem like it's all in, but certain moves y'all are making is like we just trying to set up for the next guy. That's why I'm asking.
Still a nation and to the world out there. This is not no all-in season. If it was all in, you keep George Pickens and you keep Minkah Fitzpatrick. Hell, even sign Najee Harris. I'm just saying. But
Mr. Consistent, Mr. 1,000 yards.
Yeah. I don't even think our window is open yet. Right? I don't think our window is open yet because we about to go into next season with a rookie quarterback or a 6th-round pick quarterback. We still got to see. I think we have officially established we are rebuilding. Before it was like, okay, the Steelers just retooling, adding some pieces here. No, we are officially rebuilding, turning over roster, getting people out of here. Okay, the Kevin Colbert era officially gone. This is Omar Khan era. So that's where we are. The window, I don't think that's open in maybe 3 years. I'm going to say 3 years. Now. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. I got to see, bro. I got to see. And this year, that's why I said this year's going to tell us a lot. But it's not like, we got to win this year. No, it's just going to let you know where you at, where you starting from. Now, could we possibly, make a little push in the playoff? At that point, man, it's any given Sunday. And then you put your best foot forward. Okay. Let's say the Ravens and the Steelers are going at it. And Mark Andrews dropped the ball like he did last year. Boom. We here, baby. But as far as beating like the Eagles, another person I got up there, the Lions, Kansas City, you got to throw them in there, the Bills. I think that's where it stops. So, yeah, our window not open, bro. If so, possibly 3 years before that window opens, that door opens, the house is movable, the walls have been built. We got electrical plumbing.
Hey, like they say, man, the quarterback starts. The O-line is the foundation, bro. So y'all have already solidified that. The quarterback,
O-line,
the
D-line,
quarterback builds
in my book. Yeah.
Yeah, O-line, D-line are the foundation, bro. The skilled players are everything else. The windows, the plumbing. If you ain't got no windows or plumbing, bro, listen, bro, that house ain't a house. That's a storage unit. And look here, bro.
So
Hey,
I
so
think
you're right.
the
You're
next
right.
quarterback to come in gonna be set. And like I told you, Will Howard pairing up with Aaron Rodgers this year, I think the best thing could happen to him, bro.
I'll
The
be honest with
best
you, it'd
thing
be
to happen
crazy
to
if
him.
Will Howard's the guy. What would shock me if Will Howard is the
Mhm.
guy, like he comes in, he balls. Like
Mhm.
even if it
You
is in
gotta
a
look at
losing
his
effort,
college
if
his
he's just
college years, bro.
balling,
Look at his college years.
he was good at Kansas State. The only thing I didn't like about him at Kansas State was he didn't really have the weapons at Kansas State. But he had weapons. I'm not saying he didn't have weapons, but he didn't have Ohio State weapons. Like when he got to Ohio State, bro, it was like, bro, it's like going from like a Honda Accord to a SSRT. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like you went from a Honda Accord to a Hellcat. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So a Lambo truck at that. Like really, you really want to speak on it. Like Jeremiah Smith and them boys, Travion Henderson, Judkins. You still had Emeka Ibuka. Like you came in
I
there
wanted
with
him so bad.
with Rolls Royce truck. Like you came in there with the big dog. Like what he said,
so
she want a big dog. Like that's
not a pup.
like that's what I'm saying. Bark bark. He came in there with a Draco, like big Draco.
Yeah. So I don't
But
think it'll be it'll be a shocker to the world 6th round pick. You know, boom, boom, boom. He takes Steelers to their 7th Super Bowl. But at the same time, like I don't think it's too far fetched on it.
Now,
Yeah, bro. I don't think it's too far
I ain't say all that, but I get what you say though. You know, a man can dream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Steelers build a
Let
team.
Joe Shiesty get one first, and then we can.
Gosh.
Let Joe Shiesty get his one first, and then we can talk back about Will Howard get one. You know what I'm saying? I need Shiesty to go ahead and put that ring on the finger. You know what I'm saying?
Let me call our partner Mark. Hey Mark, tell us man no sir.
But listen, man, before we get up out of here, let's go ahead and get it down. Go ahead and tell them where they can find you at, Meech. Let's hear it, baby.
You already know, man. It's your boy Meech, man. The Still Talk Podcast. Follow us on all social media platforms. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, at Still Talk 6. The number 6, because you know why? We got 6 of them things, boy. Like I said, going number 7. Number 7. I ain't even going to say it correctly. Grammar all messed up. Your boy Meech, man. Listen to me. Listen to me, man. I got the way. I'm a Virgo, y'all. I'm a Virgo. Still Talk Podcast, man. Go ahead, Coach Jack. Where you at with it?
You know, we got Big Jack with the facts. You know what I'm saying? Come hop in and join the community, man. Jump in with Jack. That's jump the letter N with Jack. And you can find me on all social media platforms: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Wherever you want to find me at, you can find me. I think all my Twitter handles are Jump In with Jack, but if not, you can still find me on any platform. I promise you can. We got it for everything. You know, it would be Jumping Jack 0, but I feel like that's a little condescending and that's a little bad juju on my team.
You should. Now that you said that, I like the sound of that right there.
You know what? I can't stand y'all. I just want to let y'all know. I hope y'all realize once the season starts, this is going to be a regular day thing. Because I'm just letting y'all know, as soon as I see DK come across that middle, I'm giving Logan Wilson or Demetrius Knight the signal. Meech know what the signal is, but just to let y'all know, a little backstory about that jersey back there. His Jalen Ramsey jersey's in the mail. That's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. If you don't know, check out his pod, man. Check out my pod as well. You'll get a little bit of the backstory behind it. But for us,
man.
From
don't worry about
still
it.
Don't
worry about that. Look, y'all, don't worry about that.
We
don't worry about that.
Are out.